Imagine being told that your struggles in this life, your poverty, your sickness, even being born into a certain family, are not random. They are the results of actions you did in a life you don't even remember. Sounds strange? Well, for millions of Indians, this is not just a belief. It's a core philosophy, the cycle of karma and reincarnation. Let's dive in. In many Indian religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, life is not seen as a straight line from birth to death. It's more like a circle. You're born, you live, you die, and then you're reborn. Again and again. This cycle of rebirth is called samsara. Now, what decides what kind of life you're born into next time? That's where karma comes in. Karma means action, but also the consequences of action. Every thought, every choice, every intention, good or bad, creates an impact, not just in this life, but in the next one too. So if you were generous, kind, and ethical in a previous life, you might be born into a family with more comfort, more opportunities. But if you were cruel, selfish, or violent, well, you might be born into hardship. Yes, even as a street beggar, or someone with a disability, or someone stuck in suffering. And this is where things get complicated, because while this system can offer comfort, your suffering has meaning. It can also create a kind of acceptance of inequality. In parts of Indian society, especially traditional or rural areas, some people genuinely believe, you were born poor? That's your karma. You must have done something wrong in a past life. Or worse, she was born into a low caste? That's just fate. It's not our job to help. This is where philosophy starts to affect reality. But it's not all negative. Karma and reincarnation also teach accountability. You are not judged by a god sitting in the sky. You are judged by your own actions. You can't bribe karma. You can't escape it. What you do comes back, in this life or the next. This belief has shaped Indian behavior for centuries. People donate to charity, not just out of kindness, but to build good karma. Monks renounce material life, hoping to break free from samsara. Some accept suffering more calmly, thinking, this is temporary, it's just one life in the journey of many. It also affects how death is viewed. In many Indian funerals, people cry less, not because they don't care, but because they believe this soul is just moving on to another chapter. The person isn't gone. They've just changed forms. But let's not idealize it. This system has also been used to justify inequality. The caste system, though illegal today, was long supported by ideas of karma. You were born into a lower caste? That's your own doing, from a past life. So why help the poor, the sick, the marginalized, if they deserve it? This fatalistic thinking has caused real harm. That's why modern India is now rethinking karma. Many spiritual teachers, like Gandhi, Vivekananda, and even modern thinkers, say, yes, karma exists, but it doesn't mean you should do nothing. Helping others creates good karma too. And more importantly, this life still matters. You're not just a victim of your past, you're the author of your future. So do Indians really believe poverty comes from a past life? Some do, especially in rural areas or among the older generation. But many younger Indians, especially in cities, see karma and rebirth more symbolically, as a way to stay humble, take responsibility, and keep hope during hard times. Because even if you're suffering now, it's not forever. And if you do good now, it will echo, even beyond this lifetime. In the end, karma and reincarnation are not just spiritual ideas. They are lenses through which millions of people understand joy, pain, success, failure, justice, and themselves. So next time you hear someone say, it's just karma, remember, they might be talking about this life, or the last one, or the next. Either way, it's a belief that shaped a civilization. And whether you believe in it or not, you've got to admit, it makes you think twice about your actions, doesn't it? If you enjoyed this journey into Indian philosophy, share it with someone who's into deep questions, old souls, or just trying to figure out life? Because sometimes the answers come from thousands of years ago,